us today. You'll notice in the tile, James Wilson, who is going to be helping us with the youth meetings in place of Jen. So please give him a nice warm welcome. We're very happy he's here. And yes, and I also want to thank Wendy Chapman for stepping in when Jeff stepped down as our interim co-chair. She has agreed to help for a while until we make a permanent position. So I just want to thank both of you very much. Gave me a lot of calm. And I guess we'll jump right in since we do have a quorum and everybody's here. We are going to once again table the high school admissions reso because we still do not have those acceptances, unbelievably. But I am told that they will happen by our May meeting. So we do need to see what happened to be able to then speak to it. So we'll be picking that up in May. And then moving right along to our next item is the Harbor School. It's going to be a short meeting tonight because they're mostly just announcements. The Harbor School Pool and Gym, we did our walkabout on Governor's Island with all of the elected officials. We had an excellent turnout, even though it was raining. And the Harbor School did a beautiful presentation with drawings that showed that we could indeed fit a regulation, full-size high school regulation gym in the yard of the building. For those of you who might not remember, Governor's Island Trust, together with our city council, awarded the hospital building, known as Building 515, to the School Construction Authority and the Harbor School to build a new pool, a dive pool that they have been waiting for 10, 12 years since they moved to the island, and a gym along with additional seats. Their school is very overcrowded. So that was a significant win, but it was followed by a quick reversal, much like we've seen in other places after the SCA is awarded space, that they are not building a regulation swimming pool. They are not building a regulation gym. Instead, they are short sizing both of those facilities and putting them on top of each other inside the courtyard of the building. We have requested the plan several times from the SCA as to how they think they're going to do this. The courtyard is it's under 40 feet wide. It is approximately 90 feet long. A gym, with space, spectator space, is 75 feet wide. A pool, an 8-lane pool, the same. So these are very, very skinny facilities. I think the measurements even came in narrower than an elementary size school gym for this high school. We already passed a resolution about why that's not okay. And it has been distributed to the mayor, the head of the SCA, the Department of Education, and all of our elected officials. And so we followed that up by doing this walkabout, and it was incredibly helpful to have Chris Marte, Charles Fall, all of them were with us that day, and everyone agreed at the end of the meeting to create a letter, which I'm told is happening right now, which will be signed by all of them, and it will go to those same people, demanding that we build a full-size gym for the Harbor School and that they award that yard as part of the deal. So the only new news I have in terms of why the yard might not have been included in the deal is that they maybe felt as though, and again, I have not heard this directly from Claire Newman at the Trust. I have not heard directly from Alicia Glenn, nor the SCA. But what I'm told is that the space is valuable for commercial enterprises. Right now, if you remember, there is a bike rental facility on that lawn. We are trying to get that moved. There is plenty of space, plenty of other places to move that bike rental facility, not the least of which is across the street on land owned by the parks. If you all have been to Governor's Island, you know that there's a parking lot right across from Building 515, right as you come onto the island and take a right and you start to loop around the island. That Building 515 is right there on the right of you up against the water, and on the left is a large parking lot. So there are a lot of possibilities, and they need to do the right thing by awarding the front yard of the building along with the building. So this letter is going to go this week from all of our elected officials. I want to go on the record for thanking all of them. Our Assembly person, Yulene, Chris Marte, Charles Fall, Borough President, Mark Levine is on it. Everyone really stepped up on this one. And I hope that in a very short amount of time that we are successful and that we have a lease that includes that yard and that they build this full-size gym. The Harbor School said that they could manage with a pool that was not regulation as long as they kept their promise to have a 10-foot, deep well, which they need to dive and get their certificate. But interestingly, the elected officials are stepping up and saying that Margaret Chin really went to bat and the trust agreed that a pool that was a regulation pool would benefit the larger community and it would be easier to justify. So we're letting them run with that. One way or another, we need to get that pool built. It's 12 years late. So we are also asking, as you know, in our resolution, that they don't build 400 more seats unless they're going to also build a new cafeteria and some more common space because it will overcrowd those facilities. So a lot ahead on the Harbor School initiative. We will be working very closely with their PTA, and I will keep you, I might even have an update by the time of the full board, but I wanted just to make that announcement so that you knew that all happened. Any questions on that from anybody? None at all?
Tricia, when was this? Was it just a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
I think that, the full size pool just makes so much more sense on every level.
It really does. I mean, to spend this kind of money and build two half facilities makes zero sense. Stuyvesant rents their pool. They could make money on the pool. They could make money on the gym. People pay for that. Sports leagues. So I don't understand how they're valuing doing this halfway after all the conversations we had about this very thing. So my hope is they all do the right thing and that we find out soon because we really need to get this lease signed and get to work.
And does the Harbor School have, I know that they have fields there, but do they have first preference for baseball fields and that type of thing for their sports?
They do not.
That's what I was thinking.
It's so surprising. You think that it's 170 acres. Is Andrew here? He will know exactly what it is. Is it 170, Andrew? Something like that. You'd think with this huge island that this school, that's their backyard and that they have the ability to roam around. They absolutely do not. They are not allowed to go past the edge of the school, and they have to schedule time on any field just like anybody else does. And it's tragic, and they really need to do something about it. So, in fact, they, to have to go all the way back to Bushwick, which is where they were moved from, to do their swim program is, I can't believe it's gone on this long. And they've watched other schools get facilities ahead of them when they were ahead in line. So it's an equity issue. The school has improved graduation rates by over 200%. It is one of our most diverse schools, over 60% children of color. I mean, it's an example of everything done right.
Well,
and yet we haven't done anything for this school.
Right. And diversity of location too.
Yeah. So it really has this opportunity to be a model across the country if we get this right. And Andrew, there he is. James, if he can't speak, can you make sure to unmute him and make him a panelist?
Yeah, Andrew's unmuted. I just muted him and he just unmuted himself again.
Can you talk, Andrew? I saw your hand up. He must be having technical difficulties. You can put it in the chat and I can say it for you if you can't talk. Actually, you can see the chat, James, so you can let me know.
Yeah, I'll send it over to you.
All right. I'm just going to give him a minute. Andrew knows everything about our sports leagues, and I want to give him a chance to weigh in.
It might work if he rejoins after sending the thing in chat, potentially.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm just waiting for him to send something in chat.
Okay. And we can come back also. Very possible that we can just circle back. I only have 2 items, so we can definitely do that. Anyway, so we're making progress. Well, we hope we're making progress there. We're putting all kinds of pressure on them from every angle. We have the press that you saw. We've reached out to Lorraine Grillo, who's now the deputy mayor for education for the mayor's office. I was going to follow up again today, but obviously we've had a really tough day in New York today, and the mayor's office was really busy with that awful situation. So we'll be following up and hopefully, like I said, have more information by the full board. The next item is a really exciting item. I am so thrilled to announce that the Trinity Church after-school program, that beautiful building that Trinity Church came and presented to us a couple years ago, that is interestingly right up the street from the new Trinity Place School. If you are familiar with where the church is on Broadway, if you were to walk right through the church, out the back door and across Greenwich Street, Trinity Commons is right there. And it is a brand new state-of-the-art facility. And after doing one of the most thoughtful series of charrettes I've experienced in my 12 years on this board, Trinity Church took all kinds of comments from the community board, the principals, the sports directors. I mean, everyone weighed in on what the needs were for this space that was being built for our community. They have come through on every promise and more. I have just been given a walkthrough of the space. I have gone online and looked at the offerings myself after I got back. And honestly, I've never seen anything like it. They have an after-school program that one can register for on their site, trinitywallstreet.org/youth. And it is entirely free of charge. Everything is free of charge. Right now it is geared mostly to high school students, but they are slowly moving younger and the goal is to have full services for 6th through 12th grade. Right now, if you go online, you can see that they have everything from homework help to drop-in volleyball and basketball games to a more structured after-school program to a youth lounge where kids can just show up and hang out. They can watch television, play chess. They have board games. They can study. They have, what else do they have? They have a cafe. They have, what else did they have besides the homework help? Let me just pull it up while I'm talking to you. I wrote most of it down, but I think I left that out.
Trisha, can we get a full committee tour?
They're coming in May. So I just wanted to give you guys the down low right now because registration is open. This week alone, they had 500 check-ins. It just opened. And they've had 380 kids enroll, and they had 500 swipe-ins from those 380 kids this week. Unbelievable. Their hope is that they will have 200 at least per day coming through the facility by fall. And they're going to expand homework help to tutoring. And they're going to have programs like Mindfulness. They are doing a jazz house in conjunction with some of, our venues in New York City, that they're going to be having, kids are going to be able to partake in sort of a open night mic and some music, opportunities to become part of a group and understand how those things work. They have done a collaboration with the Leadership and Public Service High School and the Economics and Finance High School so far, and they're looking to expand that to other high school partnerships, which is going to be fantastic. And then they also have a summer youth program. One of them is called the Summer History Fellows. It is going to be a stipend program. So read jobs for 14 and 15-year-olds are going to be, obviously working on a slightly more entry-level situation, helping set up a youth library. And then seniors, mostly juniors and seniors, there's a 6-week summer history fellow position that will be filled. It's a Monday through Thursday, 10 to 4 commitment, 20 hours a week, and it will be stipended. So our kids can make some money while they help curate the Trinity library that will be installed there. So that is a really exciting opportunity for high school kids if anybody's looking for that. And the reason I wanted to talk to Jen Chin, who's the program director, today is that deadline is coming up on April 28th to enroll in that summer history fellowship. So if your kids or anyone you know might be interested, please spread the word. They obviously, if you're on their mailing list, they are mailing out this information, but they wanted me to mention that tonight. They're very excited about it, as are we. And yeah, I think that's everything. I mean, you can go on the site and do a deeper dive than I'm giving you here. It's again, it's trinitywallstreet.org/youth. And then that page will connect you with the fellowship page, some of the auxiliary programs and partnerships that they're going to be doing. But it's an incredible opportunity for our kids to go somewhere free of charge where they have a great combination of structured and unstructured programming, and just to have a place for them to go and study in quiet or go and hang out and meet other kids in a safe place is just invaluable. So
how have they been promoting this? Because this is absolutely amazing. I'm looking through their site. Kids can do drop-in basketball. How do people know about it?
So far, it's been word of mouth and the collaboration with these 2 high schools. They wanted to start with those schools because the schools had no programming at all, like zero. And they had reached out to Trinity Church for support. Anybody can reach out for support. The facility is enormous. They can accommodate a lot more than they have right now. And they're still open to nipping and tucking the programming. I mean, she told me today that it had started with homework help, and then they realized that what they really need in some cases is some tutoring. So they're looking to expand that homework help that's on Thursdays from 2:30 to 6 for another day of the week as well. They're going to have executive functioning planning for kids who have ADHD, help them, organize themselves and, check in a couple times a week. But it's meant for older kids. I mean, obviously we have after school programs downtown that are, serving our middle schools right now. But this 14 to 18 age group was, they're very difficult in terms of after school because it's not something that, it's not the same. It's not their sports programming because that's school based at that point. So it's this great opportunity for that age group to have something to do, somewhere to go. And I love that they're getting them involved in actually forming some of the programming there as well. And this summer work program is going to be fantastic. But
Tricia,
yeah, yes, Bob.
yeah, we met with them throughout the years, and you're right, they actually geniusly, is that a word? Went for the population that is needed the most. And
Mhm.
Trinity Church also has a counseling center that is also state of the art. And I would assume at some point, teenagers, and God, they need it, where the schools really do not have it, professional counseling service, family counseling. So that would be really useful for the 14 to 18-year-old group. And
They absolutely plan on it.
yeah, I know. Yes, I know. And they also will probably the work study program is an incredible program that they are implementing. And I don't know how many kids will be in that program this summer, but it sure is a great model.
It's a great model. It's a huge opportunity. I mean, to be able to learn how to curate a library is valuable skills they are valuable skills they can take with them. So,
Absolutely.
so I think, that was really well thought out. And mindfulness is the other one on Wednesdays, 3 to 4. You can just stop in. The kids can stop in and have an hour of mindfulness practice. And, what an opportunity to start work through movement, breath work, meditation. And then afterwards, you can get something to eat. They feed them. And they were surprised at how many kids didn't eat all day. And they couldn't really participate because they were hungry. So not only did they have the cafe there where you can buy things that you and I can go to, but they also provide food for the kids in the program, which I thought was incredibly generous. And, is going to be an important part, so they tell me. So that just rolled out this week.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Public art, that was the other one. Anybody have any questions? So go check it out. It's really fantastic. I'm going to have the office send something out as well for the things that are time sensitive. And then we'll have Jen Chin and Matt Welsh, who are the directors of the program, join us for our May meeting to do a full presentation and take a Q&A. She said she'll have a little bit more of her footing by then. So it'd be good timing to come in May. No questions from anyone?
Just looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be wonderful.
Trisha, this is Dada. I had a question because I'm looking on their website. I
Mhm.
see Trinity Youth After School,
Mhm.
Monday to Friday, 2:30 to 6. But you were naming some specifics, and I don't see
So
where you find those specifics.
sure. So if you scroll down, you'll see volleyball with Big City Volleyball. And right under it, it'll say volleyball skills Monday, 4:30 through 6. And then it'll say open volleyball Thursdays, 4:30 to 6. And the days that there's no class. And then
Okay, I'm on a different page. Where,
so
like,
Log on
From
to
the-
trinitywallstreet.org
Mhm.
/
Yeah, no, I'm on Trinity Wall Street. I'm on trinitywallstreet.org. If I went under events and I
no.
found
So
no. Okay.
after
So
you
what?
click trinitywallstreet.org
Yeah.
/ youth.
Oh, like if you just go to their main homepage, you're not going to find a link. You have to manually type in youth to the URL.
You
No, you
can, but
can, you can
it's
go
hard
through,
to get to right now. So if you click on the triple bar left of Trinity Church, you can get there as well.
it's easy. No, you can go there and then go under communities, and then there to list
Communities.
under
Okay.
all the communities, it gives you children and families, Trinity
Okay.
Youth. Go
Okay.
into
Trinity Youth. Okay.
Youth, and then it tells you enroll for Trinity Youth, and just hit enroll.
Yeah,
You
can
mean
do
once
that.
you hit enroll, then you see the details? You have to hit enroll to see the
Or you
details?
can, there's some details underneath it, say Trinity After School Youth. There's a video that you can watch. Get involved, that whole page.
So
Yeah, I'm
guys,
seeing these pages. I'm just not finding this.
everyone, I have your answer. So
Okay.
page takes you to an overview, right? The two options to see the after school is you have to do / youth, or on this landing page where the girl is talking into the microphone,
Right.
you click on the red square to the left of Trinity Church Wall
Okay.
Street.
Okay.
Drop down menu will take you to the Trinity Youth After School page.
Okay.
That will give you the offerings right there and
Okay.
the days and times.
Okay. Yes. Now I see that. Okay. They might want to make the navigation a little more intuitive.
I think that is the plan, but they have the
Okay.
mobile app because the kids, they felt were going to be accessing that way, I think.
Because it's just, even if the other page I got to right through events, if they had a link to this page, from that page, that would just be helpful. But
I will
thank
give
you.
them the feedback for sure. So that has all the times that
Yeah,
things
yeah.
happen, and then they have a contact. So if you have any questions, please reach out to them. At the bottom, you'll see contact Matt Welsh or Jen Chen, and that goes straight to their emails. And they said that they would be thrilled to hear from anybody from CB1.
Okay. Thanks.
Sure. Anybody else? All right, Andrew, are you here? I still think he's having technical difficulties.
I don't see Andrew in the participants or the attendees list.
I see him still here. Isn't that interesting?
No, I see him.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I had to scroll up. I feel so out of it.
That's all right.
Well, Andrew, you have my info, so if you can't talk in the meeting, which is too bad, please send me whatever. I'll look at my email. Send me whatever you wanted to say, and I can take action on it. But that's really all I had for tonight, guys.
Tricia,
Uh-huh.
it's Bob.
Oh, no, I have my announcement for Bob. So after you, Bob, I have my announcement. So
Well, I have two announcements, and one of them might be, Andrew, are you there? I see your name there. But I think
Poor
what
Andrew.
Andrew was going to ask. Since he's muted, no one mutes me. So I think Andrew was going to ask if we could give a presentation on the gym that the people at the soccer program, notably architect Bill Bialowski, is working on at the next meeting. If we could just, if Bill and a few other people could get on the agenda for that,
sure.
that presentation. I think that's it. And Tricia, if it's not ready, or then we'll let you know to just take it off the agenda. And then the next
Okay.
thing I would just say is we will be running summer rising programs at PS 276 K through 5. And it's a way expanded program this year, K through 5. And it starts, I don't have my notes in front of me, I apologize, July 5th. It goes 5 days a week from 8 to 6 till like the third week of August. And that's summer rising for K through 5 Manhattan Youth at 276. And then
Why didn't we have this on the agenda, Bob?
I don't know,
Do you want to put it on May? When's
Sister,
your
it's been
registration?
last 2 weeks have been and then the next, so it's on the agenda. So now, so people take notes, especially people who have children. And then the next programs we're running at IS 89 and at LMC for 6, 7, and 8, and that's a more abbreviated day, and it ends a week early. And that's the middle school programs. And that is, now here's the rub. The rub is that this is really being driven a lot more this year by the DOE, and they will be doing the registration, not Manhattan Youth, not the community-based organizations. So there will be an opening of the registration, and they will prioritize people where they live and the schools that they go to, but it's not exclusively that. So the best thing people could do is register as quickly as possible, because once it's full, it's full. And the schools, all the elementary schools and all the middle schools, will get a notice, and they are Terry and Ronnie and the principals, all of them will engage their students to register if they want to. And that will happen. DYCD has not been committal. I have asked them for citywide not to register during school vacation. But I wouldn't say I got that as 100% commitment, but they're either going to open up registration next week, they're way ahead of the game this year, or to their credit, or right after the school vacation. School vacation is next week. And so that is my summarizing report. If there are any questions, I could take them.
So Bob, what are we, do you want to put this on May? Because if we don't have something on the agenda, then a lot of people are not going to know about it.
Yes, I will definitely put it. I would definitely put it on May, and I'll tell you what. I will send to you and the community and to the office as soon as the day registration opens up, and I will send you that link. We have nothing to do with registration, and that link will happen before the May meeting. I don't know if it'll fill up before the May meeting. It's quite a number of slots. They're asking us to do a lot with, frankly, very little money. But but it's all free, and it's quite a program. And we're planning trips and engagements, and it'll be pretty good. So that is going to happen before, I think, our May meeting, which could be May 8th. Is that 9th, 10th?
I have to
But
look.
I'll circulate.
11th.
I'm going to circulate it to the parents too. The schools are going to circulate it, and I'll send it to the kids. And I do believe, and I wouldn't bet my last nickel on it. You have to be registered. You have to be registered in a New York City school, or a charter school. But I wouldn't bet my last dime on it. I think private school kids are also eligible.
Okay, fantastic. So I can include it in this report for the meeting, but
Yes.
Let's go ahead, James, and put that on May so that it's on people's radar. And then Bob, if you could get in touch with James and send a blast out, because I'm sure there's deadlines for enrollment of that.
Yeah, as soon as I know what's going on. And yes, I'll send some more in, pre-registration information. There's a nice chart that says the dates and the times. It's basically being driven by the schools in the morning and the CBO in the afternoon. But the CBO is also assisting the teachers in the morning. It's a combination of year-round schooling with a little fun at the end of the day with after school. So that's what we
Fantastic.
selected to do.
Wonderful.
Right.
Get in touch with me offline, Bob, and we can definitely add that to the agenda
Okay.
to make sure
Sure
everything's
will,
good to go.
James. I'm sorry.
And what'd you say, Bob?
I'm sorry, I forgot to think. I forgot. This news is only 2 days old. I was working with DYCD over the weekend to figure it out. So it's only 2 days old.
Yes, we really are. There's a lot that's coming together very quickly. I am aware of that. I just want to make sure and get enough attention on it. I also want to let you guys know that we have a subcommittee that Tammy has formed for the youth committee. Bob volunteered to run this subcommittee, and it is about some recruiting of some young families. We have, especially after the pandemic, we have a lot of new families in Lower Manhattan. You can see it happening on the street. We don't know where they're going to school yet. A lot of them have very small children. But Bob has agreed, and it was his idea actually to help do some outreach to families, to bring them to the community board, to let them know that we are here to support them and to help create some cohesiveness in our community board as we come out of this pandemic. So that's going to be fantastic.
And to try to get some organizational representation too, from some of the preschools and some of the providers. There's a couple of great new providers. There's this program that the kids at 234 go to after school with fashion. It would be nice if people can come in once in a while and talk about the community-based programs that are developing in the community, not just us.
Yes, no, I think it's a great idea. There's a lot going on at the school level that we don't know. And it's great to have a liaison between the community board and the schools to bring those things to us. So we're really excited and we're grateful to Bob for being willing to do it. Yeah, and they'll be put on our agenda, within 72 hours of the meeting. So stay tuned and you'll get to see some of those things as they take shape.
So Tricia, this is just to flesh this out. Is this a committee or is this just me doing some consulting work?
It's called a subcommittee, which we're doing for a specific reason because it gives you the ability to do it the way you want to do it.
Well, if anyone else wants to help me on it, just let me know.
It can be a subcommittee of one, but you can also have,
Yes.
5, 6 people
I know
helping.
some people that would probably help us to do it, but if anybody who's on this call wants to help, and James, this might be a good, if you're available, that would be good to connect on that level. You'll get to see the breadth of Tribeca, why it's considered such a great place to raise a family.
Not only Tribeca, Bob, but we've got like.
Did I say Tribeca? What a Freudian
Tribeca.
slip! What a Freudian slip!
It's one corner of this huge neighborhood.
That's why I don't go cross Broadway. All right, they're aiming for us.
All right. If there are no other questions, if there's no other comments, we're going to adjourn for this evening, and we'll have a bigger meeting in May. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming.